We want to look at our responsibility as parents as laid out in God's Word. And we want to take a step in that direction. We want to commit to that. We want to challenge you to take a step in that direction today.
I knew we were in for a pretty good treat with some of the props he was bringing in. A microwave, a small ladder, a baseball bat. He just filled this room where he was going to speak with various props that he was going to use in leading us in how to do devotions.
Hey, I'm glad that you're all here. And yes, I have 3 boys. They're now 22, 19, and 16. So the family devotion type things that we've done, they work for boys. They'll work for girls. But it's got enough to it to work for boys, and there's a little difference there.
One of the great things about these devotions is that it ties into what God has commanded all of us to do.
He decreed statutes for Jacob and established the law of Israel, which he commanded our forefathers to teach their children, so the next generation would know them.
So when I heard that Tim was putting together an idea for some devotionals that he would publish and then be a conference speaker for workshops, I knew he was the right person.
I think the biggest reason I would encourage you to invite Tim into your church is because it's relevant.
I was doing a workshop in Iowa, and there was a lot of farmers there, and that key to making those good straight furrows across the field was just they picked an object out at the far end of the field, and they kept their eye on it the whole way across, and their fields would look great. It's the same principle that's going to apply to raising our kids.
So as he walked us through how to then teach the children about change and about impact, we recognized not only was this devotional creative and deeply insightful, but it was something that all of the kids would really enjoy.
One of the end results of having Tim come in was we were able to incorporate a lot of the object lessons into our teaching during Awana.
It's because I feel so passionately about what he was able to accomplish in just 2 hours with our people.
Now what I want you to do is I want you guys to go racing around this, see if you can make it all the way around the circle. If you're struggling too much in the back, we'll stop you. And he's going on the outside. Hey, yeah, that's great. Yeah, you can do it.
6 slick slaplings.
They're not sure what you meant. All right, try it again.
Okay, 6 slim, slick saplings.
Saplings, that's the word, saplings. 6 slim, slick saplings. Okay, now fast.
I know what we're doing next weekend.
We work hard as parents to protect our kids in lots of ways. Physically, generally. We need to do it spiritually as well. Helping our kids know God, trust God, obey God, and not forget Him has a lot to do with protecting them spiritually. But you know what? We may not think that we're ideally suited for this task of leading family devotions. You know, we need to do what we can. And you'll be surprised. You do have what you would need to do it.
Parents, I encourage you, it's practical, it's not hard, it's simple, it's super relevant, and if I can do it, I know you can do it as well.
Here's a guy who made changes in his life for the sake of his son. And here's a guy who found out that life was better that way. And God is calling us to do the same.
And then he walked us through the biblical understanding that what we take into our lives, what we let our eyes watch, what we let our ears hear, the people we interact with, all of that from the outside does bring a change into our life.
Sometimes God bends us and He breaks us. And He shakes up our world. And things aren't going right. But it's at those times that He can probably shine through us in a way that He never could before. God can do the same thing with us. If we give Him what we've got or what we haven't, we just give it to Him. He can multiply it and do unbelievable, unforeseeable, unimaginable things in our life.
Come to the seminar, get equipped and trained, go home and begin now.
End of lesson. Powerful and effective. Men, Family devotions can be your ticket to justify things that you couldn't do otherwise. Notice the grip he's got. This is really good.
The kids, devotionals, they try and avoid it very much like the play.
I'd rather go clean toilets than lead family devotions.